Well, hey, what's up, kids? Big Blue here, and welcome to the Clubhouse. Today we are starting our third new series in as many weeks. It is Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, and I can't tell you how excited I am to dive into this show. I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I'm a huge Hobbit fan. What Peter Jackson was able to do with that film series was transformative for the fantasy genre, and it paved the way for shows like Lord of the Rings to be as popular as they were. It made fantasy okay for normal folk to be entertained by, as opposed to just uber nerds like me. So what Lord of the Rings means to me as a fantasy fan cannot be measured. So I'm incredibly excited to dive into this show and see what it's all about. Now, I know there's a lot of stuff going on kind of behind the scenes with this show, as far as like, what are they allowed to depict on screen, what are they not allowed to depict on screen. I know that this is not based on any of the Tolkien stories, but really more inspired by some of the appendices from the Lord of the Rings. I don't know that they are allowed to touch on stuff from the Silmarillion or not. So full disclosure here, I have read the Lord of the Rings books. I've dabbled in some of the appendices. I tried to read Silmarillion, but that seemed more like homework than I was willing to put the time in for. I may revisit it now that I am older and more mature in what I choose to read and stuff, but time will tell. That's where I'm coming from on this. I know very little about the time period that we're in. I know that it is in the transition between the first and second age, I think. So we'll see. Hopefully they do a good job of explaining where exactly in the timeline this falls. I know it's not necessarily a true prequel to The Lord of the Rings, but anyway, hopefully this is not too much of an intro and you are still watching and getting ready to dive into this show. Episode 1 is called Shadows of the Past, and we are going to start that right now. Cool. Okay, that's really cool. How it pops the wings out like that. Man, kids are such dicks.
I told you it wouldn't float.
I told you it wouldn't float.
But sometimes the lights shine just as brightly reflected in the water as they do in the sky.
That's an interesting take
How
on...
am I to know which lights to follow?
Oh, what if I want to know what lights to follow? You're not going to let us hear the secret?
But that seems so simple.
The most important truths often are. But you must learn to discern them for yourself. I won't always be here to speak them to you.
You won't?
That's called foreshadowing. I liked that opening sequence. That was good.
And there, in the darkness, his vow became mine.
Nice.
But the trail grew thin. Year gave way to year.
Music is amazing.
Century gave way to century. More and more of our kind began to believe that Sauron was but a memory.
It's so cool, the parallels, because Galadriel did the opening narrative and the backstory for the original Lord of the Rings, and she's also doing it here. It's just a much, much younger version of her. Damn, she just keep going, don't she?
This company has followed you to the very edge of the world, but none who ever dared search for this last stronghold has ever found anything. It's been years since the last orc was sighted. Night is closing in. How long can living flesh endure where even sunlight fears to tread?
We are losing the light.
She's got that same intensity in her gaze that Cate Blanchett had, and I like that. Yeah, check on your people, fool.
My hand is past feeling.
This place is so evil, our torches give off no warmth. This way.
Wow, that's a good line.
The order is given. We march at first light.
Then you shall do so alone.
Yeah, You can only push your men so far when they don't have the same drive that you do. What the heck are those?
Look like a badger.
More likely a half-foot.
Half-foot?
Dangerous creatures they are.
Dangerous. I thought they were like hobbits. Can you smell them?
Clear and clear.
Nice. Oh, wow. Oh, it's so cool. They are like hobbits. Yeah, okay.
They'll be fine, Goldie. Nori's with them. You know Nori.
Yes, I do.
All right, so Nori is significant. Who's Nori? They're huge. Oh, no. The blackberries aren't huge. They're just really small. That's a cool detail. Oh, I love it. Is this Elrond?
Washing away the last remnants of our enemy, like a spring.
Yeah, there he is.
Your friend has arrived.
She is here.
Is that Galadriel? Look how excited he is to see her. Linden. Capital. I need to make a spreadsheet like I did with House of the Dragon.
There will be ample time later to discuss official matters. I want to hear about you, your harrowing journey.
You really have become a politician.
You make it sound so grim.
Ooh.
I demand to speak with the king directly.
He genuinely has an interest in you, girl.
You have made that plain, so I will be equally plain. It was not your company who defied you out there,
Wow.
but rather you who defied the High King.
Elrond bringing the truth bombs.
You went to the old farm again, didn't you?
Wonder if there's trouble.
And what concern is that of yours, Eleanor Brandyfoot?
Eleanor Brandyfoot? Oh, Eleanor Nori. Okay.
What else is out there?
Yeah, she's the troublemaker of the little clan of Harfoots here, you could tell.
Have swept across crag and crevice, washing away the last remnants of
He
our
wrote the
enemy.
speech, he's mouthing along with it. That's hilarious. That's very Sam Seaboard. If you get that reference, let me know. There's a shrine to her brother? Oh, no, it's a grave. It's a headstone. There's okay, I see what they did. They carved the headstones out of the trees. That's really cool.
This is the gift of your king.
I wonder how much he had to do with that gift.
A gift I have decided to refuse.
Yeah.
It is over. The evil is gone.
Then why is it not gone from in here?
Wow.
It is only natural to feel conflicted.
It's called grief.
But you have not seen what I have seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen what I have seen.
I think I remember that she's way older than he is.
Only in the blessed realm can that which is broken in you be healed.
She can't be healed until she's ready to be healed, dude.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your sword.
Without it, what am I to be?
You have always been my friend.
Wow. It's such an interesting dynamic between the two of them because on the one hand, he cannot wrap his head around her drive and desire to fulfill what, took her brother from her. And at the same time, she can't possibly wrap her head around being anything other than what she has always been and be this warrior on this mission. I love what they're setting up between the two of them.
Karaya's in 3 moves.
Good for you.
And the poisoning?
What poisoning? The one we were just discussing?
No.
So I guess he's some type of, local guard, I guess?
Oh, let it go, knife ears.
Knife ears?
Quench the fire.
Oh, okay, so he's not there to cause trouble.
I had to trade with another healer who was passing through.
So she's a healer.
I crushed the petals to form a salve.
You crushed them.
Gently.
I like their chemistry. You can tell they've got history.
Difficult enough keeping watch over them without having to keep one eye squarely on you.
Keeping watch over them.
I think you talk too much, and you smell of rotten leaves.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Smell of rotten leaves. Is that what an elf smells like when they need a shower?
Where's she been grazing?
She wandered east a few days ago.
Oh, into that poison patch of grass that they were talking about. Ew.
What was that?
How far east?
She might have made it as far as Horden.
salty rascals got the king's bounty down there.
This is the real bounty.
I wonder whose house they're in, or whose barn. Oh. Yeah, no, that's probably not something he should be playing with.
Watch it!
Why would you do that? It's got the same mark on it. Yep. Oh wow, she actually got on the boat. I didn't even think she would go that far.
She has passed beyond my sight.
That's not the first time we've heard him say that.
We foresaw that if it had, she might have inadvertently kept alive the very evil she sought to defeat.
Interesting. So they kind of played together to get her to drop it.
Then the shadow she sought, you believe it does exist?
Set your mind at peace about it. What you did was right.
It's hard to see what is right when friendship and duty are mingled.
This show borders on, some of the dialogue borders on being melodramatic, but I'm okay with it. Because they're elves.
Are you acquainted with the work of Lord Celebrimbor?
Celebrimbor? Elven Smiths. I'm not even going to pretend to know how to spell that.
He is about to embark on a new project, and we've decided that you will be working with him. But I'll allow you to explain the details, Lord Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor. New project in the Smith. I'm guessing that's going to be the 3 rings for the elves.
Almost like they're watching for something.
Watching for what?
You are far too curious and meddlesome to have been born a Harford.
Nice.
The skies are strange.
Yeah, that's not ominous or anything.
How familiar are you with the townsfolk of Holden? The people of Holden were known for having been especially strong in their loyalty to Morgoth.
Yeah, see, that's... Signal fire? Look at me looking over the ridge like I got... Oh. No, that's the whole village burned. Southlands. I guess that's where they were. I really like how they're doing this map thing. The Sundering Seas. Oh, that's a cool transition. Oh, it's the same as that painting that we saw earlier when they were talking about the sun. Wow. I'm guessing this is like kind of where Gandalf and all of them ended up at the end of Return of the King. This is what they sailed into, but we never saw it, and now we see it, which is really cool. Slowly back away. Oh, she's not ready. You can't force somebody that's not ready to do something they don't want to do. Oh, the Ents. That's cool.
But sometimes the lights shine just as brightly reflected in the water as they do in the sky.
I like how we're calling back to the beginning of the episode with her brother.
Sometimes we cannot know till we have touched the darkness.
He's right. That is so simple. Oh, nice. That was... I like how they did that. They took too long to get there, but I like how they did it. Not idly do the leaves of Lorien fall. Nori, girl, what the hell you think you're doing? Well, okay. Wow, that's a cool shot. Oh, it's like the Eye of Sauron. Oh, is that Sauron? Oh, that's cool. Wow, okay. Yeah. Okay. Overall, a solid pilot. I'm not fully on board with everything yet, but there was a lot of stuff to set up in this episode. There were a bunch of new characters. I mean, obviously we know Galadriel and Elrond from the previous movies and stuff like that, but I don't know which of these characters are original characters to the series and which are from the appendices and the Silmarillion. So I don't know how much research I'm actually going to do. I'm going to get all their names written down and stuff, but I think I want the show to tell me who they are as opposed to me going and looking up who they're supposed to be. So I think that's kind of the standpoint from where I'm coming on this. But as far as the show itself, there were a couple of sequences that definitely you could tell this was a TV show and seemed a little bit small, but not much at all. Overall, I think this show seemed incredibly cinematic, and just all the money in the world that has been spent on the production of this show. The music is different enough from the original Howard Shore themes and stuff, but still makes you feel like you're in Middle Earth, and I really like that. I think I read that Bear McCready, however you say his name, I'll know that for the next time, did the music for this, and I loved his work on Battlestar and on some of all the things that he's done. I'm a big fan of his style of music, and in this, it's definitely his style, but it still feels like it's from Middle Earth, and I like that. The production value, as far as the costumes and stuff, you could definitely tell that it is elven, and man, you could see where eventually we will get to what the costumes and the blades and stuff like that are in Lord of the Rings, but you could definitely tell that this is way before that. So I like how they have that differential. The character designs and stuff, I think that Galadriel is a little bit one note, kind of almost like her. It's like, we get it, you're on a mission. So I hope that they, give her some room to grow. And I know that if she was, a perfectly well-rounded character, then they wouldn't have anywhere for her journey to take us as we're watching the show. So I'm really excited to see what types of things they give us for Galadriel's character throughout the course of this series. As far as some of the characters that I've never heard of before, Nori is definitely a pistol. It'll be interesting to see what role she plays in the grand scheme of things. Arondir, the elf guy, you can tell that he is, open-minded enough to feel like he wants to be part of something that is, where he feels at home, and he's definitely felt at home as the member of this, night elf regiment, or night elf. I'm sorry, it's the WoW in me, but this elven regiment that's been stationed here in the Southlands. So what we've got set up here is enough to get me to keep watching. I'm glad that they released the first 2 episodes at the same time. I'm getting ready to, watch the second episode, so I'm not going to go too much longer here. But as far as a pilot goes, I enjoyed this a lot, and I can't wait to see what episode 2 yields. So, make sure that you get subscribed and drop some comments down below. Let me know what some of your favorite parts of this series are. Concurrently right now, I'm also doing reaction videos to House of the Dragon and to She-Hulk. We've got Andor coming up at the end of the month, so make sure that you stick around for all the things that we're going to be watching here in the Clubhouse, and we will see you next time.